MissTransformers96 here with another video review, this time of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Legends Infinite Series, The Amazing Spider-Man. So here you go. So here's the packaging. Like I've said in multiple reviews, really do like this packaging. Love the design of it, and it looks quite nice. Here's a figure. You've got the rest in the assortment with all the variants. So far I have them all except for the variant Spider-Girl and Toxin. If I can find Toxin, I'd totally buy him. And I mean, if I happen to find both of them at retail, I'd buy him just to have the complete series. But yeah, I've got really all the ones that I really want. And I do have the Build-A-Figure Green Goblin, so yeah. So here's the Amazing Spider-Man. I've gotten a couple requests to do this review, and I'm getting to it now, so yeah. So just going over the actual figure, let's just straighten him out here, and just go over the actual sculpt and the paint. As you can see, starting off with the head, very classic looking. He's definitely got the big eyes, big white eyes too, which is really quite unique, and overall looks really cool. Really do like that. He's very skinny, very slim. You can see that the arms are incredibly small and skinny, and the waist is too. But it does kind of bulk up more towards the arms, which is nice. Doesn't give it such a 2D type of look. Kind of gives it more dimension to it, which is nice. He's got the thighs. They are a little bit big, but they're not huge. Sometimes, with figures, they have them really skinny, but with like really big thighs. Not too bad of a problem here, although the thighs are big, they're not massive. And then you've got the ankles here. I like how the calves are big, and then they go really skinny at the end. Those types of proportions are pretty neat. Are they like movie accurate? I don't know. That my only like somewhat of a complaint with this guy is that he does look very comic-y, which for some people can really definitely be disappointing because they want a movie version, and this one does look quite comic-y. For me though, I really don't have a problem with it at all. I really do like the comic look, but I think that he also looks good for the movie stuff too, mostly because of this blue. It's a very dark blue. It's very much of a movie blue instead of a comic-y blue. So overall, I really don't mind the comic-y look of this character. I think that it works fine. He's great when you pose him with movie characters like the Lizard Electro, and he's also great when you pose him with the comic characters from the rest of this wave. So overall, I really do like his look. I think it looks quite good. As far as the paint, the red is quite nice. The black, it's hard to tell, but it's kind of like shaded in pretty nicely, and it kind of gives him like a shaded type of look without it really being so, because like you do get black in all the lines, and then that's it, then the rest is red, but there's some kind of like bleeding in some of the lines that it's painted, which kind of gives him like a shadow type of look, which just looks kind of nice. You've got the spider symbol right in the middle, which looks good. It's actually indented. It's not just painted on there, which looks good. Really do like all the little the texturing in the blue. Looks really great. Really happy with that. And overall, the paint is quite nice. Get this nice big spider symbol in the back there, and that is also like indented. It's not just painted on there. So overall, that's really nice. You do get like in some really small areas, you do get some paint bleeding there, but I'm really close up here, so I mean, you really don't notice it just looking at it, but just like getting like really close like this, then you'll start to see it. But overall, not bad at all. Really do like his look and like the paint. I think it works pretty nicely. Yeah, his accessories, he does come with 2 extra hands, two webbing hands, which of course is really good. I'm really happy about this because with Spider-Man figures, I always feel like if they don't give you extra hands, you're gonna get at least one like spider swinging hand, like a shooting the web, which I don't like, because a lot of the times when I pose them, I'm not posing him shooting the web. And so I really do love it when you get a Spider-Man figure with extra hands so that you don't have to have him with these webbing hands. And what's nice is the webbing hands, they're not so comic-y where they're just like straight out, They're kind of bent, more realistic looking, and more like a human doing it rather than just a drawing. So really do like the way that the fingers are bent. They're not they're quite realistically done, which I do like that. And then he comes with 2 fists. I mean, some like really like open hands like this would have been cool too, but he comes with just what you need. I really do like him with just the fists. I think he looks pretty good with that. Let's do a little comparison with the first movie, Spider-Man. So here's the first and second movie 6-inch Spider-Man figures. As you can see, the costume has definitely changed, but also one looks very movie-ish and the other looks fairly comic-y-ish. And I mean, you can definitely tell that this is a movie Spider-Man, and this does look like a comic book Spider-Man. So that is definitely going to frustrate some people. I can totally see that happening. I don't mind it too much. I think, in my opinion, what they should have done is they should have called this one a comic book one, and then they should have made another one that's more realistic looking, more like this, and called it a movie one, because I think that that would have worked a little bit better. But in my opinion, I personally am so happy with what they did, because I don't mind it at all. I think that he fits with movie characters, so I really don't mind it. And then he also fits with the comic book characters too, which is really nice. So overall, him being like a comic-y looking character doesn't bother me, but I can see how it would bother some other people. That's why I've made sure to address it here, because if you really don't like that type of thing and you're just like a movie person, then this is definitely not going to be something for you, because it is very comic book looking, I have to say. As far as articulation, here's where we get into some fun stuff. He's got a ball jointed head on a hinge, which can look up and down way far and side to side, but what's nice is when he's looking up, his head actually moves to the side. Like sometimes they get that kind of like cricket look like this, which I don't like, so I like that you can actually have him to the side and have him looking natural. He has, this is the first time I've ever addressed a joint like this. I don't know what you'd call this, like a shoulder pivot here. But this thing is just amazing. I absolutely love it. Some people I can see not liking it because it gives you a type of a strange type of look. But for me, this joint is so much fun. Allows you to do so many great Spider-Man poses. I don't care if it looks, not perfect. It is great. It fits in great, and it's just so cool looking. He's got ball hinge shoulders, of course. Then he's got a bicep swivel, double hinge elbows, hinge swivel wrist, ab crunch, which works really well. Waist swivel, ball jointed thigh with thigh swivel, double hinge knees, pivoting right at the calf, or the thigh here, the kind of calf, and then he's got a hinge pivoting ankle. Overall articulation is incredible. I think that this might be the most articulated figure that I own. I have to say, just you can do like anything with him, which is so cool. Makes him so much of a fun figure. Tons of fantastic poses, and like I said, he comes with two sets of hands, so you can definitely do a lot of stuff with them. I mean, if you like to pose the figures and you like to get them in some sick looks and stuff, this is totally going to be one for you. Just absolutely amazing when it comes to articulation. I have no complaints at all, not even one, and I'm just really happy with that. Sorry about that, I got a phone call, so I had to stop for a second. But like I was saying, the articulation is just so good. You can get them in so many good looks. You can go for, classic Spider-Man looks type of like this. It looks just very cool. I mean, you can do so many different things with them, which is so nice. One problem that I have, and I'm going to say that this is just about the only problem that I actually just don't like about this figure, is that the joints right here are painted red when they should clearly just be blue. Not a big thing, it's just a small annoyance, and it should have been something that they fixed because it doesn't look too hard to fix, but they didn't, unfortunately. But like I said, not a big deal, so that really doesn't matter. So overall, this is a fantastic figure. Just highly recommended by me. I really see very few flaws, unless you don't like that he looks fairly comic-y and you think that he should look completely movie instead. Overall, though, as far as just mainly based on articulation, this is one of the best figures so far this year. I'd be quite surprised if this does not make it in my top 10 figures of 2014, just because I love it, and it's been such a fun figure. I have posed this thing so many times and on so many different occasions, it's just, you can't even count it. So it's just one of those figures that when you get, you'll have a lot of fun with it, and you'll definitely be doing stuff with it for a long time, because there's a ton of stuff to do. Really do love this figure. It's just it's a gem of a figure, in my opinion. Highly recommended by me, and especially if you're building the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure piece, then this is just another great figure to get. And he works pretty well with Electro, which is quite nice. You can get him in some nice poses. So there you go. If you want to see some of my poses that I pose with this guy, check check out my Instagram. I've posted a lot of those pictures there. So yeah, overall, fantastic figure, highly recommended by me. One of the best figures of the year so far, and very happy that I have it. And I recommend that you get it too, especially since it's not very hard to find. You should be able to find it pretty easily. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching.